all these things that you do that you're telling yourself about why you can't get dressed, they actually are also the same reason why you can't grow your business. They're the same reason why you can't have boundaries. They're the same reason you're not achieving your goals. They're the same reason you're not making money. They're the same reason you're not happy at your job, in your life, your relationships, no matter what the fuck it is. It's not just to your style, okay? But the true gift that I can support you with and lead you on is helping you connect those limiting beliefs and how the stories you tell yourself about your clothes are actually showing up in other areas of your life. What's up, Style Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Styled for Life. It's your girl, Katie here. And I am so excited. I feel like my voice even has changed. I have up-leveled this week, and I hope you guys are here for it because we are doing this. Thanks to all my OG podcast listeners for being here. I adore you. I love you. Thank you to everyone who attended the Unlock Your Style Story event this week. It was literally on fire. And we're going to talk about that in a second. And it inspired this episode. I want to share one of the number one things that came out of that because every woman on this planet needs to know this. And if you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. This podcast is a place for female entrepreneurs to use their clothes and their style, of course, to boost their brand impact so that you can push past your limiting beliefs. Okay? Yeah. So if you're here for that, give me a hell yeah. And let's dive into today's episode. So I'm going to tell you a little story before we dive in. My husband and I, my family, we went on a vacation back in August, and my husband and I were sitting on the beach watching the West Coast sunset every day, which you guys know me through and through. I'm an East Coast girl until I die. But forever now, San Diego holds a really special spot in my heart, and just like California in general. I haven't been there since I was 15. So wow, long overdue trip. We were watching California sunset, which none other. I thought, we get the sunrises over here. Thought those were special. But watching the big ball of beautiful orange fire in the sky set behind the ocean, and it looks like it never truly sets. So we had the best time watching that and had the most amazing conversations. And there's one conversation that we had that has really transcended everything. We're both business owners. We both work from home, has really transcended everything for both of us since we've gotten home and have really helped us. And this doesn't just apply to your business, just like it doesn't just apply to your style. It is your life, because I'm a firm believer of how you do one thing is how you do everything. It has just helped us as a family. It has helped our marriage. It has just obviously helped our businesses. It has helped us see everything and just change how we see the world. So we're sitting out there. It's become a ritual of ours. Our kids are old enough to be by themselves. So fucking game changer. That was amazing. So we had the best conversations ever. And we were just sitting there and we were like, how come we don't feel like this all the time? How come we want to be vacationing? We want to do this with our kids. How come we don't have this feeling? And you can't have the vacation feeling when you're not on vacation, but we have the best conversations when we're on vacation. And I was like, honestly, you know why I can't have this feeling? Because I fucking care too much all day, every day about what other people think about me. I just do. I'm a peopler. I love peopling. This is something I really learned about myself this week. I already knew it, but I felt it, embodied it this week. I love making people laugh. I care how people feel when they're around me. I want people to feel inspired, and I want them to laugh, and I want them to have a good time. I thought, as a stylist, my favorite compliment was, oh my God, I would have never thought to put those two things together. If you're a stylist, you know that, right? That's our catnip, our cat treat. That's the highest you can give us. It's oh my God, I would have never thought to put that together. And you're like, oh my God, thank you. Oh, you feel so seen, right? And what I learned this week is that really, if someone tells me that they're laughing so hard that they're crying, or they can't get off Zoom to answer the question because they were laughing so hard and they were having so much fun, that actually lights me more on fire than the clothes. Because the clothes are the tool for me to help you laugh so hard that you can't get off a Zoom and talk, right? Because you're crying, laughing so hard. And I just didn't realize that about myself. But that's also the flip side of what always holds me back and makes me care too much about what people think about me, because I do care, and I care a lot. And so do you. But we're sitting there and I just had this and I was like, I just care too much. And we both made a pact to each other that when we got back in our businesses and our lives, whatever this meant, that we would really try to stop caring about what other people want, because we are so fucking aligned to what we want as a couple, as a family, like even as individuals, respecting our boundaries as individuals in a couple, right? Like it's me, him, and then our relationship, right? So all three of us in that, me, him, and then our relationship together, are so in alignment. We were like, okay, so like, let's do this. We're going to do this. And that was such a big aha moment. Of course, we came back and it was like, oh my God, you just fall back into old habits. And then we did the Style Story event. Been working on it for months. I was working on it before vacation. We've been doing it and it went off without a hitch. It exceeded my expectations. It was every entrepreneur dream of, and I don't even mean financially, it was every entrepreneur's dream of like fail forward. Like you do what you're going to do and you're going to learn so much from it. And then you're just going to keep coming back and you're just going to keep doing it again and again. And it was the first time that I've felt that, where I was like, I did this and I liked this part. I didn't like this part. And I didn't look at it from a, like, it had anything to do with me and my value as a human. I was like, okay, cool. I learned this and I learned this, right? Amazing. So what I'm really sharing that for is that you can literally fucking do and be anything. And mindset is the number one thing that's holding you back. And I know you've heard it and you're hearing it from everybody and all your favorite influencers and all your favorite podcasters. And it's true. And I hate that it's true because it is true. And you guys know me, like, the Aquarian energy in me, like I'm either an early adopter or a late adopter. You're never going to catch me in the in-between. Either I want to be the first person doing it or I want to fight it to its death. And I'm going to be like, okay, fine, you got me. Okay, Ted Lasso's been out for 5 years. I'll watch it. But like when it's in its hype and everyone's doing it, it's just like not for me. And I've been on the mindset thing for a long time. I do think it's a little bit of a late bloomer to it though. My husband definitely entered that journey before I did. But I'm a big action taker. And sometimes I take action to fault to the mindset. And what I'm really learning is you have to really, really have both. I've been taking action in my business for 3 years. And yes, I've had successes. But I did not have the mindset that I have now, that I just feel like I've up-leveled. And I know I'll up-level again this week. So I wanted to share with you the number one thing that's holding you back in your style, the number one thing that you need to stop doing to stop killing your style vibe. And that is worshiping at the altar of other people's fucking opinions. Every single person that I've worked with comes to me because they want clothes for an event, a life moment that they're either it's a transitional moment in their life, they've lost a job, they've gotten divorced, they've had a baby, whatever that big life moment is that smacks you in the face that says, bitch, we're changing. Life's changing. Something big is changing. Or, they have a big life event. And usually the big life transition, they're kind of on the other side of that life transition. They don't call me like the day that any of those things are happening. Okay, obviously. Or it's the like, I'm going to this big conference. I'm doing this. I'm up-leveling in some way. And how we dress signifies that. And up into that, they come to me for this, and then we start planning things out, and it's always, and I do it too, we all do it, right? It's, well, what will they think? What will someone think of me if I start wearing this? What will someone do if I start wearing this? Blah, 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 blah. This is how we kicked off day one, right? The reason this is called Unlock Your Style Story event is because the play on words, right? Like unlock your style, but unlock your style story. Like what's that story that you tell yourself about being judged by others? We're going to go over the 6 big ones in a few minutes. All these things that you do that you're telling yourself about why you can't get dressed, they actually are also the same reason why you can't grow your business. They're the same reason why you can't have boundaries. They're the same reason you're not achieving your goals. They're the same reason you're not making money. They're the same reason you're not happy at your job, in your life, your relationships, no matter what the fuck it is. It's not just to your style. So what I've learned, what I've always known, and how this whole fucking podcast started was just me sharing the mindset tools that were working for me as I was transitioning, as I was becoming a caterpillar and turning into a butterfly. That was what this whole podcast started with. And then I realized my tool to do that was style. And I've always known that I could blend the two. And I have always blended the two, but it wasn't until this week when people were reflecting back to me that I've realized how that's actually my gift, right? Yes, we can pick out cute clothes, and yes, we could talk about body shape, but the true gift that I can support you with and lead you on is helping you connect those limiting beliefs and how the stories you tell yourself about your clothes are actually showing up in other areas of your life. So if you're with me, give me a hell yeah. Can you tell I've been on chat all week hosting Zooms? If you're with me, drop your favorite emoji in the chat. So let's do this. And real quick, all of this is all the stuff that was in our event this week. This is all Style Squad related events and activities. And if you're listening and you're like, Katie, I am so ready for this. That's the community I'm looking for. Join us in the Style Squad. If you're ready today, katiejuststyled.com/Style Squad. If you want to talk to me because you want to make sure it's a good fit for you, I understand. Even though it's a low investment price point, it's $49 a month. It's still an energetic investment, right? I say low investment because to be in a community and get the level of one-on-one value that I'm pouring in there, it's different than like a one-on-one coaching style situation. But nonetheless, it's still a financial investment when every email you're getting every day is something's rising, right? Every bill you have is going up. Every gas, groceries, everything is going up. And there's this weird feeling about it. So if you want to get on a call, because really we focus a lot about money, but really our biggest resource in life is time. And I learned that this week hosting that event. The amount of time that those ladies gifted me and that I gifted them back and that we got to do together, that was what created the change for that event. So if you are like, it's not the $49, it's the investment of my time and energy. And will I really get the transformation? Will I really get the safe space? Will I really get the experience that I'm looking for? Will I really get the value? Let's do a call. I mean, let's hop on a call if you want to chat and you want to know if this is the community for you. Do you have questions? Do you want to see how we do this? Let's do this. I am so available for that because I just know full-heartedly in a way I just didn't know before. Even though I knew it, I didn't know it, that we can create some amazing shit. And women need more power. We need to be seen more. We need to make more money. We need to make bigger brand impact. And the only way we can do that is through shifting our limiting beliefs. And we need to support each other. We already do, but we just need to continue that journey. And when you can find a group of women that make you do that, like sky's the limit. I'm not joking. I had women messaging me and sending me videos every week telling me that I was limitless and I was doing this. And that's only because these are just the people that are around me. And how fucking amazing is that? And I could not have done that without them. And that's not even just Style Squad members. These are just friends and things like that. My point is the women that you are around, the people that you are around, that's what you arrive to. That's how you show up in your life. And then, of course, the clothes you wear. Duh. All right. Let's talk about the 6 style stories that are killing your vibe that we shared this week in the Unlock Your Style Story event. And gosh, if any of you guys are from that event, thank you. And I hope that this resonates with you and you hear it again and you're like, damn it, how am I busting through that? Style story number 1 is that you're worried that people are going to think you're desperate for attention. You're worried about looking too young or too old. Hint, in turn, you're desperate for attention and nobody wants that. How else is that showing up in your life? How is that stopping you and holding you back in your business, your relationships, etc.? Style story number 2 that you are telling yourself. If you start dressing different, it's going to mean that you're trying too hard and you're not looking like yourself. Oh, where else is that showing up in your life? Where else are you not taking action on your dreams and desires because you're worried that people are going to think you're trying too hard? Style story number 3. You don't want to look like you're too ambitious and you don't want to be perceived as someone who's flaunting too much. So I don't want to dress up because then people are going to ask me, why am I so dressed up? And then it's going to make other people uncomfortable that my presence is so big and I'm so fucking shiny that they can't shine and I'm flaunting too much. And that's not safe, but actually it is. My favorite analogy of this is like when one when one flower is blooming and shining, another flower doesn't feel like it can't shine too, right? We all get to flaunt too much. Over the top shit. That's what we need to be doing. Okay. Style story number 4, and this is kind of a new one for me, that I did a whole episode on a couple weeks ago, that if I spend money on nice clothes, it's irresponsible, and then I will be drowning in debt. Or like I'm not taking care of my financial wealth and health. That is not true. You get to budget for this, and you get to spend money on clothes that will get so much more wear and use out of them when you know what you want. We spent this entire week in the Unlock Your Style Story event going through and helping the ladies eliminate the things that they don't need to be shopping for so that they could save money and get really intentional with their shopping. Because the goal isn't just to shop. I told everyone on there, that's actually like my least favorite part. I have people that help me do the shopping. And then I go in and say, yes, that's that person. No, that's not that person. This person really needs this. This person really needs that. Because it's about you as a person. Style story number 5 that you are telling yourself that's actually eliminating belief and holding you back in so many other areas of your life. You can't be smart and pretty at the same time. How many of you guys grew up with that? Maybe you were the smart one, or maybe you were the pretty one. Ugh, I can't stand those labels, and that shit is holding you back. You have a belief that if you're showing off your figure, it means that you're not intelligent, and that's not fucking true. It's not true, not even a little bit, right? Style story number 6 that you are telling yourself that is actually limiting belief that's actually holding you back is that there's not enough time. You're not prioritizing your needs and your personality because it doesn't matter. You might be too busy taking care of the kids, or, oh, it doesn't matter what I look like because I'm just popping up on Zoom. There is enough time. We all prioritize time for the things that we value. When you start prioritizing making yourself feel good, everything in life is easier, everything moves quicker, hence more time. So stop telling yourself there's not time. I think I did a whole episode about this. I can't remember, around the 20-minute get ready, how we do that to make ourselves feel good. And if you're telling yourself you don't have enough time to take a shower, to put on a little bit of lipstick, to put on a little makeup, to put on a little perfume, to put on a shirt that fits you, an outfit that makes you feel amazing, to wear a color that makes you feel amazing, where else in your life are you telling yourself you don't have time? Where else in your business are you telling yourself that you don't have time to do the things that actually move the needle? Where else in your life are you telling yourself you don't have time to meditate or hydrate? I would say caffeinate, but I don't know if that's technically on your hit list. We're constantly telling ourselves we don't have time, but we get to make time for the things that are actually important to us and cut out the things that aren't. And the more you lean into these stories and you start to analyze these stories, I guarantee you probably have pockets of time that you've been avoiding because you've been worrying too much about what other people think. So with all that being said, I hope that these don't kill my style vibe stories resonate with you, and you can start to see and unlock why this work is so important and why you are allowed to explore with your style and understand what it is, right? This isn't about fashion. Yes, I share tips and trends, and I will be doing that soon because we're about to do our fall trends masterclass this week inside of the Style Squad this Thursday, the 28th. Inside of the Style Squad, we'll be doing that if you're interested in joining us. But that's a quarterly seasonal gift of just checking in to seeing where we need to update our life. Another thing we talked about this week, right? This is just where we need to update our life. We get to check in quarterly. It's just like any other seasonal check-in. You follow trends in the algorithm, and you follow trends on Instagram, and you follow trends in your business, and you keep up with the politics of the world, and you keep up with everything else that's going on in life. And that's all that fashion trends are too, right? It's just following what's relevant and what people are doing. Doesn't mean you need to execute every single one of them, just like you don't execute every trend that you see. I might have done one. It wasn't dancing. It was a showing off my outfit reel. But like the dancing reels, it's just not me. It's not who I am. Even though I like to be funny, it just doesn't really resonate with me, right? That's a trend that I didn't pick up on because I get to choose that. Just like there's other trends in fashion that I get to pick up on. But if I'm not paying attention to what's going on, and now it's time for me to pull back the layers and understand maybe why my business isn't growing or why I'm not meeting new people on Instagram, then I get to discern, is that a reason or is that not? And you get to do the same thing with your clothes. You get to peel back the layers and say, why don't I feel amazing in this? Oh, because I didn't want to do that. Maybe I should explore it. Maybe non-skinny jeans are for me. Who knows? Anyways, it's best of the both worlds over here. We get to do both. We get to follow the fashion trends and understand what they are. And we get to choose if they are for us or not. So we get to keep up with those things. And we get to work on our mindset and bust our limiting beliefs, because the sky is the limit. So let's keep this energy going for the rest of the year. Thank you so much for being here with me today on the Style for Life podcast. I so appreciate you. You guys know I love podcasting. It brings me more joy than most things in life. So if you've enjoyed this episode, if you could just do me the biggest favor and share this with a friend so we can continue to grow and uplift other women. And if you would be so kind, I will be forever grateful if you could rate and review the podcast, because it really does help continue to show up in this space and grow the podcast. So I appreciate you guys more than you freaking know. Thanks again. Shout out to everyone in the Style Squad and everyone that attended the Unlock Your Style Story event and everyone that cheered me on from the sidelines that wasn't able to come and sent me kind messages. Pat yourself on the back. You guys are fucking amazing. I will see you on the other side. Out.